Hello and welcome to this ETETutor video on the spoken language element of GCSE. Now lots of people feel a bit unsure about this because of all the changes that there have been in GCSEs over the past couple of years. But hopefully you're all clear now that you're going to get a certificate with your grade for speaking and listening, but this work you do doesn't contribute towards your actual GCSE English language grade. So in the olden days it used to be 20%, 25% of a student's overall final grade came from their speaking and listening, but that isn't the case anymore. It's still really important though that what you do in speaking and listening matches with how well you've done in your actual GCSE. So if you've got sort of a 6, 7 in the GCSE language, say, it's not going to look great if you've only achieved a pass in the speaking and listening element. So what I'm going to do now is just give you a bit of key information, and I'll pop some of this down in the description box below as well. But basically, you're going to get either a pass, merit or distinction. And I found out yesterday that one of my students was headed for a distinction, so I'm very happy about that. So what we're going to do is just have a look at the distinction column now and make sure you know what it is you're aiming for. So everybody needs to be audible, so just a fancy word for saying that you need to be heard, and you've got to use spoken English effectively, so you've got to use standard English when you're giving presentations and so on. For the distinction, you've got to be able to express sophisticated ideas. So this is important to consider when you're choosing what to do. So say if you're doing Room 101, if all you pick are very light-hearted topics, it might be difficult for you to achieve that level of sophistication to get a distinction. It's great if you can pick topics for Room 101 that are serious, but also additional ones that are funny, so you get that response from the audience too. Okay, aside from that, you've got to use sophisticated vocabulary, so all the time making sure you're picking the best possible word to describe what it is you're trying to say. If you haven't already done so, you might want to check out my free dictionary series because that's all about developing your vocabulary. Okay, you've also got to structure your work in an effective way, so making sure you're getting the meaning across to the listeners by putting your points in a logical order. You've got to achieve the purpose of your presentation, so it's probably going to be to inform and possibly to entertain a little bit as well. And then finally, in class you'll do some kind of question and answer session, and you've got to behave in the same way during that. So thinking about your vocabulary choices, thinking about your delivery, making sure everything's nice and clear, and just keeping nice and calm. I've got a great playlist that covers all of this, and there's also the speaking and listening assessment objectives video to check out if you haven't already seen that one. Okay, well, best of luck with your exams, and like and subscribe.